Alright, so I am in a creative world, so you guys are more than welcome to join as well. I have it open to friends, which might be a bad idea, but we'll see.
But, everybody on your friends list is completely trustworthy.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally trustworthy.
Except
So,
Take
that guy
me, for
Mir.
instance.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Let's see, how do I do this? I got too many things that I want to have up on my windows to be watching at the same time. Oh, Raptor! Steam went weird. Oh, should be on now.
Alls I can see on the stream is you staring down at your computer intently.
Yeah, you don't see the space?
Well, I see the space, but
Oh,
there's nothing moving or anything.
no, no. There, how was that? Ooh. Okay, she probably can't catch that yet. It's what, 30-second delay? I can't remember.
Oh, it's buffering, that's the problem.
Oh. Alright. Yeah, I'm just still setting things up here, but we're gonna get going pretty quick. Alright, so the idea here is I think I should be able to just grab everything out of my blueprints here for the start. And I loaded up a few mods here. Oh, if this thing would actually let me pick stuff. Let's drop the Zitt. Now, I think I have the mods I need for this. There's not that many. Didn't yell at me. Cool, cool. So here is the Zitt. Mark 3, I think it is. With the gigantic, what's the word I'm looking for? Decoy arrays on either side. And the problem that we had on the Land of Nidd server, when we did this before, was this guy, he don't move too quick when he's all loaded up, and he's hard to stop. So, make sure he's totally stopped before I get out, or else bad things will happen. There we go. Ah, you can see it now? Okay. Alright, cool. Thanks, Raptor. What I want to do here is, so when we were doing this on the Land of Nidd, first and foremost, I couldn't demo this thing, right? Because if I launched them off into the Nether, we would lose all of these guys and have to rebuild them, and it took for freaking ever. So what I want to do in this is show you guys how it actually works, and then I also want to be able to attach and detach these. And I think I did get a few suggestions in the comments from the last live stream. And also I've done a bit of design work for trying to figure out how to do this as well in a little bit of work. So the first thing I want to do is I guess I'll just show you guys how this thing actually works when we get to fire off everything. So if we go into the controls, here we got all the different stages of decoys. And everything's done by timers. Again, I'll have to shout out DHR Mike for the design of this. So the start timer, so it turns off the thruster controls, or it switches them on and off, right? So if they're on, they turn off, and then it turns off the dampeners, and then it fires the gyro. Now, when I tested this last time, here, we'll just do it as I had it off the cuff here, and then we'll do some modifications to it. But, so yeah, so it starts it off, runs through all those things, right? And then it starts the 3 timer, or the stage 3 timer, releases all the stage 3 decoys, and then the 2 does the same thing, releases the 2 and starts the 1, then releases the 1, turns off the override on the gyros and gives you back control and turns your amperes back on. So that looks like it's all set up. We've got 1 second. There's 2-second delays between each of these. The gyroscopes are set to full roll, and there's a bunch of them because of the weight of this thing. This is though the thing I noticed that when I did the test run on this just the other day when I was playing around, it really spins the ship like crazy fast, like way too crazy fast. So I think we will only need to actually override one of them, but I'll show you what happens first, since we can basically do this to our heart's content this time. So we're gonna get going, and I'll bring up the speed. So you watch the speed and everything, what happens when we do this. So all I'm gonna do is I'm going forward, and I'm just gonna hit number 9 to turn on the first timer block. So we're at about, alright, so I'll stop and I hit it, boom, and it starts to turn. And there goes all of the whoop, and then it gives me control back. And now you can see they just fly off. Like, it's a pretty good dispersal actually, and now they're taking off like crazy. They're just taking off. Oh look, and there's a private sail. I turned on the cargo ships too so that we could actually test this thing. But they're all gone, and they're going pretty fast. They're all going at the same speed that I was. Now I'm totally stopped, right? But yeah, they're gone. And now that it's off, like, take a look at this guy now. This is actually the ship without all of the junk on it. I think it looks pretty good. Those are still open. In my blueprint, I left that stuff open so I could get in underneath and do some adjustments if I needed to. You like that Raptor? That's pretty cool. But this guy moves like when he's not got all of the decoys on it. Like, watch this. Like, he just takes off. He takes off pretty quickly. He speeds up. He moves nice and fast. He's a really nice ship. We got armaments on him and Gatling guns. Like, he's a pretty fast little ship. But when he's got loaded up with all of the weight, he goes crazy. And that sound, the sound of everything being disconnected, you mean? I think, Raptor, is that what you're saying? Or is there a sound problem? Let me know. Alright, so now what we can do is you can just get out of the sky. And here's one of the benefits of being in a creative world. We're just gonna kill him and put a new one down. So let's put a new one down. Doink. There we go. Now he's all hooked back up. So if we make a few changes in here, so I think one of the things that we should do is, if we go into the timer and we look at, yeah, when all the merge files disconnect. Yeah, it was a pretty cool sound. That's what Raptor was saying. I guess I gotta remember to actually say people's names when I'm commenting on what they're saying in the live stream, because it might not make sense to people if they're not noticing. All right, so in here we got all the gyros going, and it spins off, right? So if I actually like take this out of here, and I just go gyroscope, and we just say, let's just grab the 1 and override. So we'll just turn number 1 off. And then if we go to number 1 here, and we set up the gyroscopes on here, let's turn that off, and gyro. We do the same thing here. Oops, just grab him, put him down here. So now if we just do 1, like, I can show you really quickly here how this kind of works. If we bring up our hotbar and I go groups, if I just take all of them and say override, or I go just number 1, gyro number 1, override. So now we've got all of the gyros in this slot and just number 1 in this slot. Just a sec. Too many things going on. Alright, so now if let's go back out here. If I go forward, I'm just going to manually turn off my dampeners here and fly forward. Let's say that speed. And I don't even know where let's go back this way for a minute. Let's fly this way and then go so if this is all of them, right? So it's spinning pretty quickly. Turn them off, and then if I hit just one, like, he moves a lot slower, right? And then if we go let's grab number 2 as well. So if I go gyro, let's put it down here. And let's just change the override on 2. So where are we here? Gyro. So if I go to number 2 here, and let's bring this down to about, say, let's override. Let's bring it down to about 30-ish, maybe. Right, instead. So now, that's all of them. That's just one of them. It's a bit slower. And that's just half powered on 1, right? So we got these 3 different options here for the speed. Now if we just go into the timer, I think, oh wait, we already did that, right? I think we went in here and changed this to just number 1, yeah. So if I just fly forward a bit, get up to some speed, or a little bit of speed anyway, and then, what am I looking for? Number 9. So we're going up at about 20, and I say go, burn, right? So now it's a bit slower, releases them, and they're whacking each other a little bit. So that's a bit closer together, right? So it should be a bit of a better spread closer to the enemy ship, right? So it'll fire at those. If they fire off too far around, right? Like if they go out too far, then it kind of defeats the whole purpose. Let's take a sip here. Alright, so now we can kill this guy again. Poof. So I wanted to actually be able to show you guys how this thing actually works for once, instead of just flying around looking for things. And also, since this is just my shared, like my world here, maybe we can find more cargo ships and actually try it out on one of them. But first, what we want to do is, what was I doing? Oh, we're going to put another one down. Let's put another one of these guys down. There we go. And what we're going to do now is, so that's basically how that works. I like it. I think it works pretty well, pretty swell. What I want to do in this stream, the primary thing that we want to do here is a bit of a design session where a bit of a design session where we go and we try and detach these. From the ship, instead of having to have them on here all the time, right? So I've got a bit of a design where, or a basic idea, right? So let's make a ship, or a station, new station. So if I just put a block down, and we're gonna make this, I think I remember how to do this. There we go. This makes this a bit quicker to build too while we're doing some playing around. So the basic idea I had here is if we just, let's just make this a little bit longer. We're going to pretend that this is my my carrier ship, right? So eventually I want to have a ship where I can put him inside of it and like fly away. So a large ship that we can put him in, but also in that ship I want there to be places for us to detach these right off and then also be able to reattach them back on. So if I do something like let's see here, let's get rid of all of this junk. And basically what I want to try and do is if I grab a so there's a couple of different ways to do this, right? Big carrier. Big carrier, yes. I can use rotors, right? This is the kind of the way that I've played with so far, where if I put a rotor on here and then we take the front of that rotor off and then we get a small ship and we stick it right in the middle there. Okay, and then what I want to do now is, oh, business shipment. Hi. There should be more of those things coming. But so we put this on the end here. Now the plan and the goal is to be able to then, so if I say put, let's just do something like this, and then maybe like a docking camera. So let's put a docking camera on the front. Sorry. Distractions. Okay, so let's put the camera facing up. So if it was on there, we can be like kind of like a docking camera. And then I want to use the merge block. I want the 1x1, the small merge block. This is a mod, so this is the one of the few mods that I'm actually using for this ship to make this all work. So if I put a merge block on here, so this is, it looks kind of funny. Oh wait, I totally did this wrong. We have to undo all of this. I have to actually connect this thing up, right? First. So that's not going to work. So let's put a rotor on there, and then I want to kill that and that, and we want to connect these two pieces together. Now the way that I know how to do this is, so let's grab a button, and oh, I don't have the button mod. I wonder if this is gonna, okay, let's stick it like that then, and we're gonna use power. Reactor, so let's stick that on the back side because we can, and let's grab a, whoop, wrong button, antenna. Let's throw that on the back side as well so we can remote control this thing without having to go into it all the time if we want to. So we've got that there. And so now we want to put this thing into attach mode, right? So if let's clear my hand and let's set up rotor button 1. I want to make this attach mode so I can just spam this button. So if I let's hit that, and now I want to try and bang this in. Let's see, can I still see that? Come on. There's one problem with the crosshairs. Let's see. I had to do this a couple times in the past. There we go. Ha ha ha! It worked. So there we go. So now we've got a small rotor attached to a large rotor. Small rotor head on a large rotor body. Now we can do what I was doing here, where we say 1, 2, 3, and then the merge block right there, and the camera like that. Alright, so this is basically the idea I have. Now, this is just a proof of concept. We're going to want to make this, what's the word I'm looking for? Prettier in the future, right? More smexy, where we could maybe like hide this away, like build around it a bit, like build this into the wall of the ship so that maybe it's not so exposed, right? But here's the basic idea. So if we have one of those there, then we should be able to like jump into this ship and fly up to it and attach this guy. Now we could attach it any block, right? But I'm gonna go for so for lining this up kind of centered with the ship here, and there really isn't a whole lot of power to this ship. It was moving quicker than that a minute ago. Why is it moving so slow now? Wow. But I should be able to... what do we got here? If I go into... Oh. Yeah, this whole ownership thing, I think it's kind of funny that I have to... Like, it's probably just because I'm in creative, right? That I actually have to go in here and say, all of this is mine, right? Let's just do that as well for now. So that now, when I'm out here, I should be able to find the platform, right? Let's go, we'll call this Big Carrier. Thanks for the name, Raptor. But yeah, so we want to line this up with that. I've got that camera on there. So if I go to the big carrier and I go to the camera, right? So now I should be able to like okay, here we go. Bring the ship into place. This thing really doesn't want to move very nicely, does it? Now I got to remember that this camera is actually like a full small block higher, so that's, we want to be looking right at the block in front. So maybe about there. Let's go this way. Okay, it's not moving at all. Left and right, I'm not moving at all. Why am I not moving at all? Okay, so here we go. Design on the fly. This is not good enough for thrusters. Let's grab these guys, and so my left and right just blows, right? So let's go bing. I was too worried about the look, I guess. Oh, darn it. Let's put that back. Oh my goodness, you and you. So if I just, let's put a bunch down here. Let's make sure I'm on the right block. Like that. We can pretty this up later. So yeah, we got 6 facing that way plus the 1 down there. So that's 7, right? Let's do the same thing on this side just so that we can actually dock this thing. And flip it around. like so. There. So now we've got the 6 going this way, this way. Let's see if that allows us to dock this. So let's, I don't know, just to make sure that this is all me. Oh, what just... Well, that didn't work. Maybe you could have like mirror merge design, so you drive up to it and connect all the merge blocks to like a mirrored version with 9 merge blocks either side. Well, this is a mess. That was Raptor's suggestion. Maybe you could have like a mirrored design. Drive up to it and connect all the merge blocks to it like a mirrored version. I don't know if I'm actually following you on that. And why did this happen? Pain in the butt. Talk about a pain in the butt. Alright, so... And they don't all fly away now, so I'm going to have to actually delete all of these stinking things. So now you can see how they're all individual blocks. What a bugger. Yeah. Oh, hey Logan, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's a pretty cool game. And, yeah, I'm having a hard time, Raptor, understanding what you're saying. Whoa! But it might be my inability to understand, not your ability to describe. That's, okay, some of these are still connected. The whole ownership thing is really drives me nuts sometimes, so let's... Okay, we got rid of all of that. Some of those were still connected. Oh, what happened there? Oh no. Got the window up here. I don't know why it's doing that. Wonder if that's... Yeah, that looks like it is showing on the stream. The only way I know how to fix that is to do this. Hopefully this doesn't destroy everything. And then... Okay, so let me know if bad things happen to the stream there, guys. Alright, so Raptor's saying, so you have the 9 merge blocks on the front of the Zitt either side. Yes. They are all in the front here. And I'm just going to kill you. No. Okay, I'm going to have to make a new... Before... Whoa. And Space Engineers crashed. Boom. All right.